gentlemen, American German Bulldog Nation, welcome to the Eric Deters Show. As always, we're sponsored by Deters Consulting, Parks Yoga. Check us out on all of our platforms. Well, guess what? Apparently, Jamie Spinley, Joe Biden watched Mission Impossible. Mission Impossible involves artificial intelligence. Pretty good movie. Joe Biden says that after watching Mission Impossible, he recognizes the critical nature of artificial intelligence and for the government to do something. Tom Cruise really does save the world. All right, Blinken admits that any U.S. aid going to Gaza to the Palestinians will probably end up in the hands of Hamas. Don't send any aid. What you need is the Palestinians turning on Hamas and saying, look what you wrought upon us. Tuberville. Well, 6 Republican senators are now saying, Tommy Tuberville, we're not going to stop your blocking any longer of these generals. So they're all going to start getting promoted. Schumer's moving forward. They're going to do away with the tradition of Tuberville's ability to block. Remember, he was blocking them based upon the military's abortion issue. Pelosi was served with a subpoena on the House floor relative to the criminal case involving her husband. Thief. This thief right here was famous for stealing rich people's, famous people's, California homes. 31 years. I hope it was worth it. National Realtors just got hit. I mean, this is a big deal. I mean, they've got to be bankrupt. The National Association of Realtors got hit with a $1.8 billion jury verdict for commission inflation. They say they're going to appeal. That's a hell of a bond. All right, the Israeli Defense Forces say that they're making progress, going just fine into Gaza. Wish them well. Tlaib's censorship went down. Guess who voted against Tlaib's censorship? You guessed it, Thomas Massie. James Comer says there's at least $40,000 that was laundered from a China company to Joe Biden. Act. Impeach. Trump leads Biden across the board. Isn't that great news? Santos expulsion. Can't make this up. Democrats joined with some Republicans to block the expulsion of Santos. This guy's a complete scumbag. Guess who voted against the expulsion of Santos? Thomas Massie. Musk says Zuck got out of his fight by doing the pull-out method. I love it. Kate and William are going to come to the USA, and apparently Meghan and Markle don't like it. Ivanka has appealed every ruling relative to her testimony, so she won't be testifying soon. Meanwhile, Junior testified yesterday and had a good time. He basically said what I would say. It was the accountant's fault. All right, and Holly wants to get rid of corporate donations. And what does Turtle Mitch say? That's not good because the Senate PAC that I run gets all these corporate donations that help us keep the Senate. You can't make it up. That's why I'm running for Congress, and then I'm going to run for freaking President of the United States. Clean all the crap up. And 2028, of course. Trump's too small. The United States Supreme Court heard evidence about some T-shirt company wants to trademark this, Trump too small, but apparently they're not going to be allowed to. The Panama Canal's water is drying up. Can't they pour more in? Beef prices way up under the Bidenomics. Walgreens is set to close 150 stores. The Fed left interest rates alone. A co-pilot pulled a gun on another co-pilot to land the plane because somebody was sick and the other pilot wouldn't do it. This is wild. Zuckerberg's Threads, like the X for the metaverse. A small little Brit company, Jamie Spinley, had it trademarked. And they say, stop using Threads. Can you imagine how much Zuck's going to have to pay that company? Billions. The pilots of China and Russia are challenging our pilots in the air to try to test us. We'll beat them. $168 million allegedly the banks lost because if they got the true financial statements, the interest rates would have been higher. Trump, can't make this up, comes out of the Trump. Poor Trump. All the dirty, all the stuff's coming out. It's embarrassing for the guy. I feel sorry for him. that his request to try to buy the Buffalo Bills, they were basically concerned he didn't have enough money to do it. Jewish students are going to sue Cornell and Harvard for not protecting them. Good for them. Mortgage applications are way down. I've spoken to enough people in the real estate business. It's crashing. 200,000 Cybertrucks are on the way next year, according to Elon Musk. Sugar shortages are coming. I got a sweet tooth, Jamie. I'll buy it on the black market if I have to. Moderna, stock dropped. They got like a 1.8 billion hit. Why? Unused COVID shots. That'll teach you. This is the Bulldog. Every dog has their day. Have a great day. Ladies and gentlemen, the American German Bulldog Nation, before we start the show, Chess World has just done a full analysis of my play and believes that I might never lose another game of chess to Jamie Spindley. All right, we're sponsored by Deters Consulting, Parks Yoga. Check out all of our platforms. He's hating it. All right, first story. Street takeover arrest. This 19-year-old Philip Olwell's been arrested. He's the leader of the street takeover arrest. We'll teach him. You know, he watched too many Fast and Furiouses is the problem. All right. Noise in an apartment complex leads to one guy shooting a dad and his son. Police would later shoot him. Do you believe that stuff? Gunfight over noise. All right. Bridget Hamilton's been arrested for trying to strangle her son. Terrible. All right, local news, 275 crash. There is confirmation that what happened is there was a traffic jam, truck fell over, pushed a pickup truck into the off the guardrail, and that person is deceased. So feel bad for his family. Miss Beck from Edgewood was found. Yeah. Nomad, a Bellevue restaurant famous for its milkshakes and tater tots, after 3 years is closing. Feel bad for him. 800 pieces of counterfeit jewelry, about $2 million was seized in Cincinnati. Maybe we ought to get in that business, Spindley. Yeah. Black student slur said it shook him up when he heard it. This is the Cold Spring thing. You know what? There's just got to be more to this. I just can't imagine a teacher saying, I mean, you know what I'm saying? It was like Papa John's, and they say, just doesn't make sense to me. An SUV was pulled from the river. There was a police chase, ended up in the river. Obviously did not go to the Jason Statham School of Driving like I do. All right, in Kentucky news, the Martin County mine, it was a building that collapsed. One dead. They're trying to get everybody else out. In Ohio, Cincinnati's going to name Borton Avenue Dave Parker Way. And then last but not least, somebody sent out an email at Miami University to an event talking about spooky sex. The intent was to talk about protecting yourself and everything else, but they titled it Spooky Sex. Sabrina, Jamie, have you ever had spooky sex? And if you have, what is it? Is it sex with your Halloween costume on or something?
I have no idea.
Me neither. This is the Bulldog. Every dog has their day. Have a great day.
Hello there, you're watching Eric Deters World News, the latest headlines. Former Chinese Premier Li Keqiang passed away less than a year after stepping down from office. Thousands of people have gathered near the state funeral home in Beijing. National flags in Beijing and other cities across China flew at half-mast as the country prepared to put former Premier Li Keqiang to rest. Russian forces are trying to regroup and recover their losses near the eastern city of Abkhazia, where heavy fighting has been ongoing since mid-October. This comes after Putin's troops bombarded 118 Ukrainian towns and villages over the course of 24 hours, the most intense day of shelling this year. France, England and countries across Western Europe brace what could be some of the highest wind speeds the region has witnessed in decades as Storm Kieran arrived on the English coast Wednesday evening. Heavy rain associated with the storm was pushing ashore at the southwest tip of England. And 3 dead as Tropical Storm Pila batters Central America with heavy rain and flash floodings. Pila is expected to produce additional rainfall of 2 to 4 inches with local amounts to 6 inches for portions of Central America, from southern El Salvador across southern Honduras, western Nicaragua, and northern Costa Rica. That's today's headlines. Until tomorrow, stay safe. Cheerio.
Ladies and gentlemen, American jury and Bulldog Nation, welcome to Sports Without Boundaries. Well, I loved the World Series. The Rangers last night came back from just not getting any hits through 6 innings, a no-hitter through 6 innings, and they beat the Diamondbacks 5-0 to close out the World Series, 4-1. This World Series was like one of the least watched World Series in history, but I don't understand why. And let me go over some things. First off, Corey Seager, the series MVP, is the only shortstop in history to ever hit 3 home runs in a World Series. Corey Seager is one of the few players to win a MVP in both the National and American League in a World Series. The kid's only 29 years old. He signed this gigantic $325 million contract for the Texas Rangers, and it's paid off very quickly. Evan Carter hit more doubles in a World Series, a rookie, than anybody in history. Zach Gallen had a no-hitter going into the 6th inning. No team has ever been no-hit through 6 innings in a World Series game and won the game. Bruce Bochy comes out of retirement to coach them. He now has 4 World Series rings. He was the former Giants manager. Alec Thomas is now going to be forever, although it didn't make any difference. They would have lost anyway. But Alec Thomas, with the ball going under his glove in center field, is now got one of those Buckner moments, right? Yeah. Rob Manfred had a sore throat. He struggled through the award ceremonies, God love him. And this is really wild. Will Smith, the left-handed pitcher for the Rangers, has won 3 World Series in a row. The Braves, the Astros, and now the Rangers. I wonder who he's going to pick. I hope he comes to the Reds. Yeah. Isn't that crazy?
That's nuts.
And it's the Rangers' first World Series win ever. Amazing. They won every game they played in the playoffs on the road. They won every game that they scored first.
That's crazy.
I mean, it's just weird stuff. Yeah. The other big sports news, of course, is Bobby Knight, who won 3 national titles in Indiana in a span of like 10 years. 3. And then he left there, I think, in 2000, 2001, went to Texas A&M, but he passed away at 83 years old. Thank God a couple years ago or a year or so ago, he made up with Indiana. He came back to Indiana, and they honored him. Thank goodness that happened before his death. But Bobby Knight is obviously a basketball legend. May he rest in peace. Flavor Flav did such a great job at the Milwaukee Bucks national anthem that other NBA teams are asking him to come sing. Way to go, Flavor Flav. All right. Rich Paul, he's the super agent, right? He says he's tired of these coddled athletes expecting everything for free. Who knows? Kelsey has applied for a bunch of trademarks, like Fly 87 and some other bizarre things. But you know what? You got to protect your trademarks. Tom Landry had a gold Rolex that was apparently called the President. And it's going to auction at Salisbury. I don't understand why this is being auctioned off. They think it might bring about $100,000. Adam Johnson, the police say the investigation will take a while. We'll see. And last but not least on this slow sports day, Mickey Mantle. You know what? I was thinking about Mickey Mantle. Mickey Mantle, this my cousin Josh sent me. This is wild. Mickey Mantle worked in a mine in the off seasons. One of the greatest baseball players of all time. Isn't that wild?
Yeah.
That's crazy. This is the Bulldog. Every dog has their day. Have a great day. Ladies and gentlemen, American Cheer and Bulldog Nation, welcome to Eric Deters Pop Culture. You know what Diddy says? Diddy says that he hopes his first girlfriend knows he's a billionaire. His first girlfriend apparently cheated on him with his best buddy. There's some revenge. Alaska Living. There's this couple that lives in rural Alaska. You can't make this up. They have to travel 16 hours to go to town. What the hell? And a gallon of milk costs $10. What if you have some kind of a medical issue? It's crazy. French Montana. You've probably never heard of him. Me neither. He's a rapper. His jet got stopped in Colombia. They're thinking he's part of a cocaine trafficking situation. French Montana does not look like he would survive long in a Colombian jail. Flavor Flav is hot. Everybody wants him to sing the national anthem in the NBA because he did so well. You know what? Spindley, we need some big old things hung around our bodies and neck like that, man.
Yeah.
We need a big old bulldog, gold bulldog or something. Michael Bidwell, the owner of the Arizona Cardinals, apparently is under fire for a toxic atmosphere. The Karens are coming out for him. Katie and William are coming to the United States, and Meghan and Harry are apparently upset because they're stealing their thunder. Nobody cares about Harry and Meghan. They act like the United States is theirs. No, it's not. They don't have a country. Amy Robach and TJ Holmes, the Good Morning America couple, they got busted. Well, they're going to have their own podcast together. Love is still in the air. And Ben Affleck, after he met Jennifer Garner, had trouble backing out, backed into another car. Ben struggles getting out of tight spots. In sad news, America's sweetheart, Maria Menounos, pancreatic cancer. This woman's got more health problems than you can shake a stick at. She's got to be saying, why the hell me? Apparently the pancreatic cancer that she got, it's got a 50% survival rate, I hope. This is the Bulldog. Every dog has their day. Have a great day.